Hi, it's Sue from Free Motion Quilt along with Ren. We're working on the Feather Fantasy block today. I have altered the pattern slightly from this to what I've given you. I've made the pebbles larger and I've also added in another border on the inner framework. So we're just following the lines, backtracking when we need to get where we need to be. Because I didn't complete the top of this feather, I'll just do a small backtrack before continuing on. Really makes no difference to the end result how you do your feathers. If you prefer to do them all individually, that's fine. Otherwise you can do the bump back feather. Just coming back to do the pebbles. Again, you're just doing a figure of 8. You really only need to use your fingertips to move the fabric. I've come back to where that spine of feathers branched off, and now we're just going to go back to the main feather. Change your hands when you need to. And this should give you a good idea of what we're doing, and we'll move on and we'll start doing some of the background shortly. Okay, so we're just working on the border. Do a few anchoring stitches and then move along the line. You follow along the edge of the feather to travel across and then just work your way back. It's really quite simple, so this is just a very quick example. Okay, so now we're doing stipple in the background. I won't show you a huge amount of this because I've done other videos on it. This is more to show you that how to work into a point and how to work your way back out of it again. A good way to practice this is to draw random shapes on a scrap sandwich and practice going in and out around it. This is the way I do it. You may do it something totally different, but the end result is that you should be keeping all your curves roughly evenly spaced. Again, with these finer movements, really you're only using the fingertips to manipulate the fabric. Just working your way out of that little corner. And you do the same to complete that top corner. Okay, so now we're doing the 1/4 inch grid on the outer border. I've drawn some lines there and just following them. Go at your own speed. I've also drawn a line on the diagonal so that I know where the point is there because I'll have the points meeting. Now, I prefer to use a ruler. I find it's much faster and it's a good way to check your accuracy that you're not going at an angle slightly. So I'm just stopping on the diagonal point. I'm also using the ruler to check that it's square with the other side. If you don't have a ruler, all these lines would have to be marked individually. So I'll stop on that diagonal line, pivot, and sew. In a moment, after we finish the corner, we'll skip forward and I'll show you how to do the same sort of thing, but where the feathers are encroaching onto the area that we're sewing on. Okay, so the first thing I've done, and hopefully it shows up, I've drawn around the edge of the feathers. Just helps to give me a more visual idea of where those feathers are to backtrack around them. You're less likely to make mistakes. As you probably noticed, I had removed all the original marking. I just find it's too visually distracting. That's one of the reasons why I like the friction pen, because I can remove those lines and then draw on the next ones that I want to focus on. So now I'm looking for that pink line, travelling forward. And then just following those sewn lines to move on again. So I hope some of this information you found useful, and I hope you enjoyed doing the block. Thanks for watching. I'll put up a finished photo, and this is what it should look like when you're done. Thank you.